Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're a first-time viewer, thank you for taking the time to stop by and to watch one of my videos. If you're a previous subscriber or a new subscriber, welcome back. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about a new project that I'm going to be working on. And if you've watched my last video, you will know that I have been sick for a little bit. And yesterday is my first day that I'm really kind of back to feeling, maybe not 100%, but probably around 95% better. And yesterday was actually the first day as well that I have not slept for, I was sleeping 9 to 10 hours with a 2 to 3 hour nap on top of that 9 to 10 hours. I just got really sick from food poisoning and a migraine on top of it, and it just kind of really set me back for quite a while. So I am back, and I am really hoping that I can get this project going without any other setbacks. Before I do that, I'm going to just talk about a few little things that I have recently done as well, recently as of yesterday. So the camera that I'm filming on right now, I have it mounted up on a camera system up above my desk. So that gives us this view of being able to have a, I guess you could say, a overhead view. And it's really difficult to be removing the camera constantly. And in doing that, I ended up damaging the charging port to the camera. So I've had to rig it to where I can no longer move this overhead camera. It has to stay in this position now. So what I have done is yesterday we went to a couple different places here around town, and I went to Best Buy, a camera shop. I've looked at Walmart cameras, things like that. Amazon, online shops, eBay, and I ended up purchasing an additional camera from Best Buy. And I'm really hoping that the camera is going to give me quality. I really like this camera that I'm filming on now. It was a rather expensive camera. It was over $250 when I purchased it, and actually my husband purchased it for me when I started doing my YouTube channel. I did a very cheapo camera from Amazon. If you've seen my very first couple videos, you will know that the quality was not very good. The sound was not very good. And he purchased this camera for me, and it has been so much better on the quality of videos I was able to film and put out for you guys. So what I did is I purchased a new camera tomorrow, or I'm sorry, I purchased a new camera yesterday, and it is supposed to be here Thursday. Today is Saturday, and it is supposed to be here Thursday. Now the reason why I bought that camera is, if you are familiar with my channel, you will know that besides my FAF machine here, my FAF machine also has a rather large embroidery unit, and this is a single needle embroidery machine. So if you are familiar with my channel, you will know that I also, over here to my right, I have a multi-needle embroidery machine. It is a 12 needle machine, and it is rather large industrial size machine. So when I film using that machine, I wasn't able to take the overhead camera down. So with buying the new camera, what I'm going to be able to do is I will be able to now film in front of that machine. Now, a couple of the last videos I did, well, not a couple. There was one in particular that I did. It was one of the Cricut videos. I had done some filming with my screen showing the laptop screen so I could show you the steps that needed to be done. And I'm trying to get it out here to show you guys. I was using I have this little camera PowerShot, and I was filming this as my secondary camera. And it did okay. I have the battery out of it right now. But it did okay in filming, but the quality was not very good while I was filming in front of the laptop. It was really kind of grainy, and I really didn't like the quality of that video. Now, I'm hoping when I get this new camera, it was another expensive camera. It was over $200. So, I mean, that's a really big step, paying that much money. So I am hoping, I purchased it from Best Buy. Best Buy got a 4.5 star rating on this camera, and it was either 4.3 or a 4.5 star rating on the camera when I purchased it yesterday. But when I did some research on it and did reviews on Amazon, it only got like a 3.8 star. Typically when I purchase something, I would like it to have 4 stars and above, because it just tells me that a product is going to be better, and I'd rather purchase items that I know are going to be better quality, which naturally any of us would. Okay, so I've done that, and it will be mainly the camera that will be for other than the overhead camera shots. So it'll be like for in front of the computers, if I have to show you anything on screen when we're doing a project, or when we are doing a project in front of the large multi-needle embroidery machine that's over here. I do have a couple of those videos. I believe the tote bag video, that was done on the multi-needle machine. So you will be able to see a little bit in that video on what that machine can do. So when I do get this new camera, I am going to be very careful with it, because you know, it's expensive equipment, and I just really I don't want to have to be spending another $200 for another camera in less than 2 years. So thank God I did buy a extended warranty on this camera when we get it. So, okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and get this one put away, and I am going to, I just kind of made a little protective sleeve for the screen on this one here, and I keep it in this nice little zipped up pouch. And if I have to travel with my camera, I use this little bag, so it's nice and kind of padded. I got some foam in here, so it kind of keeps everything kind of protected. My husband and I like taking little trips around our state, and we do like e-bike trips and kind of things like that. And if I take my camera, I like to have it protected. So that's what this little case is. This is actually a cosmetic case that I purchased at Walmart, but it was a quilted case with a really nice heavy-duty zipper, and I purchased that at Walmart. Okay, so long intro into this new project video. So you can see here I have some fabrics. I have a bag here, and if you're familiar with Walmart bags, you will know that that is going to be a Walmart purchase there. And you can see here that our little video channel YouTube mascot is here to say hi. You can see this little thing here. This is her basket that she lays in on my table. Okay. So before we jump into talking about the fabric for the new project, if you are familiar with the channel, you will know that in the Cricut videos I was doing, I was having some issues with cutting my cardstock. And one of the things that I learned is that humidity can affect your cardstock. Now, I learned that you can put it in like airtight containers, things like that. But also, if you are familiar with my channel, you'll know that I bought a shelf, a metal shelf, that is for files. And I have that over here in front, here on the left. It's just like literally right here. And that is what, it's got 10 partitions in it. And that's what I have all my cardstock in, according to color. But I was having issues with my cardstock because the humidity is so bad in New Mexico right now with all the rain. And if you've been watching the news, New Mexico and Arizona has been having a lot of flooding. And that's not something that's really common here in New Mexico. So with all the humidity and everything, long story short, my cardstock was being affected by the humidity. So when I would put it on the Cricut machine, it wasn't cutting, and it was kind of cutting ragged. And I know, everybody was telling me, check your blade, check your mat, make sure everything's attached well to the mat. Well, I did all that. And in 2 weeks, I usually can finish a project, no problems. But in the 2-week time that I was trying to use my Cricut machine, my new Cricut machine, my large Explorer 4, I was wasting so much product on the cardstock. And I literally have like a medium-sized kitchen trash can over here to my right, and I filled 2 bags. It's a 7-gallon trash can. So, the medium-sized kitchen bags, I guess it was an 8-gallon kitchen bag. I filled 2 of those trash bags with wasted cardstock. And it was just so frustrating, and I don't want to be wasting any more product. Okay. So what I have done is I have done some research, and I could have bought an airtight container to put all my cardstock in, but truthfully, I do not have a lot of room in my office any longer for another bin to be taking up a lot of space. And when I do that and I put something away in a bin, it's not seen. So I tend not to use those items. Excuse me. So what I did is I went and I bought 2-gallon size freezer bags, and these are 13-inch by 15-inch. And what I will be able to do is I will be able to take these packages of cardstock. This is one of my cardstocks here. I do really like Pen and Gear. I also like the Walmart, or this is the Walmart, but the Astro Brights and the cardstock that Michaels does. So I got those, and I'll be able to fit these cardstocks right inside these bags because my cardstock is 8.5 by 11 inches. So I'll be able to put a whole pack of cardstock per bag and still keep it in my storage, my little storage slot right over here. So I got 3 of them because I know taking the bags in and out of the metal shelf that I have them stored in is going to kind of wear out the bags. So I got 3 of them. Sure, the store's not that far away, but I wanted them on hand. I was able to get 10 bags for $2.98, and I know bags aren't usually that expensive, but these are the larger size. These are 2-gallon size bags. And I just wanted to have extra on hand because I have 10 slots to store the cardstock in. I wanted extra ones in case they got ripped. So that way I will be able to store my cardstock so where it's right in front of me and I can still see it and actually use it for projects. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to toss them back here behind me on my chair. And okay, so our next item that we're going to talk about is going to be our actual project. So I'm sorry this has taken a little bit longer to get to, But I also wanted just to kind of update everything on everybody on what's been going on. Okay, so with that being said, we are now going to get into the project. I am sorry that it has taken so long. I will put a little timestamp somewhere here on the screen, maybe like up in this area, up here somewhere, to where you can advance the video in time to get to the actual project. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of sit here for a second so we can kind of like have a little time lapse to where you can advance that video too. Okay, so let's just give it just a second. Okay, that should be plenty enough, and that's just to where I has a little bit of a blank spot to fill that in until we start the timestamps, so where you guys can advance to. Okay, so the project that I am going to be doing, I can't really, it's been several weeks already that I talked about what kind of projects you guys would like to see. And I did a 4-question poll, and I guess that poll was not seen a lot by the viewers. So if I ever do a poll again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a heads up video that, okay, I will be doing a poll. Go to this section on my YouTube page and vote on this poll. Okay. So when I did the poll, it was a 4-option that you could choose from. It was Cricut Halloween project, Cricut greeting cards, a machine embroidery project, or a quilting project. And each one only got 1 vote. So, you know, it was really frustrating. I really would have liked to get more votes on that. But I'm just kind of working through them on what got the vote first. So the first one was the Halloween project. I did that, and that was a few videos back. That was the paper cut witch lanterns. And if you haven't seen that video, please go check that out because it was really, really a fun video to do. The projects turned out so well, and I have gifted those already. Okay, so then it was a greeting card video, and I'm just not going to do that because with the humidity again, I'm going to wait until our house gets a little more acclimated and everything now that the rain has stopped, and we turn the heater on and it just kind of like dries things out a little bit in the house. My humidity in the house when I checked 2 days ago was 41% in the house. Usually we are at 12 to 18% humidity in our house. Okay. So, sorry guys, I keep getting off track. What we are going to do, since the card video is not going to happen, I will get to that a little bit closer to Christmas, maybe mid-November. Once we get the heater on and it's been cycling in the house for, you know, a week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. It's not going to be too far away because today, I don't even think today is 60 degrees outside right now. But anyway, okay, so the other 2 options were an embroidery project, or a machine embroidery project, and a quilting project. What I am doing is I am combining those 2. So for the first part of it, it's going to be the embroidery project, the machine embroidery project. And the second part will be the quilting. And they are combined together because I will be creating quilted quilt blocks on the embroidery machine. And then we will be assembling those quilt blocks on a regular sewing machine, which will be my FAF machine here. Okay, so if you are familiar with my channel, again, you'll have seen these fabrics before, but I'm going to go ahead and reshare them with you before I show you what the project is going to actually be. Okay, So I have this white this white fabric that I may incorporate into this quilt. I am not sure yet. I may use it as a border, or I may use it in the quilt blocks themselves. I do not know yet. We'll have to wait and see until I get into it just a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to, this is I've got 2 yards and 24 inches, so 96 inches here in total. And you can see here that it is a tone on tone white, and you can see that the swirls are in it. Now there is a reason why I'm going to be using this either as a border or in the quilt blocks, and you will see when we get to that. Okay, so what I have done is these are fabrics that are from Walmart. Now I know Walmart gets a lot of slack on their fabric, and I have used Walmart fabrics before, and they're okay. They're fine fabrics. I'm not going to knock them because they are good fabrics. They're not bad fabrics. And this is the Waverly brand, Waverly Inspirations. And you can see here, I've got 2 packs of the green. And these are 3 yards each. And I do not remember right offhand how much I paid for these. I will put the prices down below. That way you guys can see what you all have. Okay, now the thing is on these fat quarter packs, these are small fat quarter packs. There are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 fat quarters to a pack, and they were around $6.47, something like that, or $6.74, something like that for 5 fat quarters. Now, I used to be one of those people that I absolutely hated the pre-cut fabrics. But as I'm progressing through my quilting and things like that, small pre-cut fabric packs are really great. And I've really changed my mind on what I think about them. So what I had done when I purchased these, I had purchased 4 of them. No, 5 of them. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had purchased 4 of them, and if you again are familiar with my channel, you will know that I had made some machine embroidery in the hoop bags, makeup bags. And give me just a moment. I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to let little Luna out of my room. I will be right back. Okay guys, sorry about that. If I don't let her out, she'll sit there and she will cry at the door. And I don't want her to be upset, so I went ahead and let her out. Okay, so I was talking about the fabrics, and that I had purchased 4 of them, but again, I did open one of them up, and I used some of the fabrics to make those in the hoop makeup bags. So I opened one of the 1 yard, the pre-cut 1 yard, and I used some of that for the lining of the bag. And so I don't quite have 1 full yard on this piece, and that's okay. So because I do have 2 more, and actually, I'm sorry, 3 more. And I have 4 of the 5 of the fat quarters. And you can see that these have been ironed and these have been starched. So I really like ironing and starching my fabrics before I use them. And if these were not pre-cut, I would have washed them as well. Usually what I do when I buy fabric for a quilt project is I wash it ahead of time. And that just lets me have that little bit of insurance that my quilt fabrics are not going to run when they get washed if somebody buys that quilt from me, or it is gifted to somebody if they go and wash that quilt and the colors bleed. So if you're familiar with quilting or sewing, fabrics can bleed. So what I usually do is I wash everything when I get it, with at least a minimum of 1 to 2 cups of white vinegar. I was going to say white cider vinegar, but that makes no sense, does it? Okay. So I went and at Walmart yesterday, I went ahead and I purchased some additional, you can see here that these are what they look like. And this is such a absolutely gorgeous fabric. And you can see how beautiful. It's got the purple roses and the beautiful butterflies. So I knew that for this particular quilt project, I wanted more fabric. Now, I do not know if I'm going to be using all of the fabrics that come in the little fat quarter packs. I do know I will be using this particular, the floral fabric. I do know I'll be using that. I do know I'll be using the solid green and the lavender. Okay, because it coordinates with the patterned fabric. Okay, so what I did is my intention was to go to Walmart and purchase more of these fat quarters. That did not happen because they did not have absolutely a single one of these in stock. It could be because the Walmart that I went to just did not have them. I wasn't going to go to another one just to look for fat quarters. I keep on flipping that closed, sorry. Okay, so now where this bag comes in that's been sitting here shadowing everything. So I'm going to go ahead and just rip it open. Okay, so I have purchased a 2-yard pack of the same lavender. Okay, that way I know I will have enough of the solid color. Then I purchased 2 1-yard packs of the floral fabric because I know I will be using this in the quilt that we will be working on. So these would have only been, if they're 1/4 yard, fat quarters, so not even a full yard of fabric in the 3 that I have left. So I knew that since I was going to be using that fabric, that's why I had went to Walmart hoping to buy more of the fat quarter packs. Well, it worked out really great for me because I was able to find 1-yard cuts, pre-cuts, while I was there. So this worked out even better. These were $4, I think, $4 and something. I will put the prices down below. So I got 2 of those. Now, I could not find any more of these 3 fabrics. I could not find them. And that was okay. I didn't have a problem with it. I still can incorporate them into the quilt. But what I did find is I found the really pretty purple plaid. And let me open that so you guys can see that a little bit better. And it's just a really beautiful purple plaid. And so I bought that, and I know they also had a, it was a purple, I guess they might call it Swiss dots. It was the lavender purple with white dots. And I thought that might be kind of cute too. But I really just love this plaid. I just think the plaid is so pretty. And I've got a lot of purple here, so I figured with my white fabric that was going to help kind of break up the purple, and then since I knew I had the green as well, we would be able to kind of like break up some of all the purple if it became overwhelming in the quilt. Okay. So that is what I purchased for this project. So the 2 1-yard packs of the floral and the butterfly, 2 of the 1-yard packs of the plaid, and then another 2-yard pack of the lavender. So it's going to give me, I have 6 yards of the green. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and about, I'm going to just round to 5.5 of the lavender. Then I have the fat quarter packs. So I have basically 3 of those, and then 2 yards of the additional floral, and 2 yards of the pre-cut plaid. Theoretically, I have 3 yards because I have let's take that back, 4 yards because I have these that were already here. So since these were fat quarters, so there's 3, and there's a full 1 yard, but in pre-cut quarter yard sections. Okay, I'm like trying not to confuse myself with all these little amounts. Okay, so there's that. And then we, you know, I'll have, I'm confident that with this project that I'm going to be doing, I am going to have enough for a really nice sized quilt top. And I'm going to try to get them all fit into here. And if I don't get them all fit, we'll figure it out. Not a big deal. But I don't think no, that won't close. So I've got quite a bit of fabric here for this project, and I want to really take a lot of time on this project, because I will be putting this up for sale when it is complete. I am going to be buying a quilt design that will be to do like the long arm quilting when this is finished. You know what? We're not going to have to do that. We're not going to have to finish the quilting like that, because we are, I'm getting ahead of myself. We are going to be assembling the quilt blocks on the embroidery machine. So as we are assembling the quilt blocks, they're going to be quilted as we are going. So all we will have to do is sew each individual quilt block together. See, I was jumping ahead of myself. I won't have to purchase an additional quilt design to finish it. I can actually finish with some simple straight line quilting in the borders and things like that. So that's going to be really cool. And again, this is going to be in the project as well. And see, I hope you guys can see that swirl. Can you guys see those swirls? Can you guys see that okay? I'm looking behind me on my... Yeah, you guys can see those, okay? You can see those swirls. Okay, here's the fun part. If you guys have been able to read this, we are making a snail trail quilt block. Okay, so it's going to be constructed on the embroidery machine. We are going to be making at least one block on the FAF machine, and as you guys can see up above, you guys will be able to see it being constructed on the above camera shot. Okay, I'm kind of looking around me to try to find my phone. I don't know where I put my phone, and the reason why is because I was going to show you the photo, and I have misplaced my phone. So I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to find my phone so I can show you the picture of what we're going to be making. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found my phone, And I have the image here brought up on screen. I'm going to just turn up my brightness a little so we can see it a little better. So I purchased this design in March on Amazon, and I purchased it in August of this year, and I wanted to be able to make some quilt blocks on the embroidery machine because it does the quilting for you, and you've got a nice assembled quilt block, and all you have to do is sew them together and do some very, very simple, maybe straight line quilting or stitch in the ditch type of quilting to complete the backing and things like that on the machine. I do not know yet. Let me look here. I am going to see if we do... Okay, I don't think that when we are assembling these blocks that we have a backing on it as we are working on it, which is fine. Because I may use remainder of the fabrics and do a pieced backing on it. I don't know yet what's going to happen with that. Okay, so what we are going to be doing is I'm going to show you the photo now of the quilt that we're going to be making. It is called a Snail Trail quilt block. And if you've never seen them, this is the quilt block here. And they get the snail trail because you can kind of see where the pink is and how they wrap around like a snail does. Can you guys see that? They are so cute. They're a really simple quilt block. And I thought that would be perfect where the little swirls on the white on white fabric would come in because of a snail shell. I purchased this from a seller called PurrpleHayesCrafts, and I can't remember what I purchased, the price was that I paid for it, but this quilt block is $5.26, and you get 3 different sizes when you purchase this pattern or this file. Whichever way you want to call it, since it is an embroidery design, it would typically be a file that you are purchasing. And it comes in a 5x5 size, 6x6, and an 8x8. Now I think the blocks that I'm going to be making are 8x8 because I want them to be nice and large and to showcase the fabrics that I'll be using. I really love this floral fabric, so it's going to be able to showcase some of those fabrics. And I have the instructions here printed out. I like to print my instructions out, that way I can follow them easily and I'm not looking at a screen the whole time. So that is what we're going to be making. The next video, we are going to be starting the quilt. That will be in a couple more days, and the reason why is because I am going to be prepping all my fabric and getting it ready. And what that means is I'm going to be ironing everything. I'm going to be taking it all out of the packaging. I'm going to iron and starch my fabrics, starch and press my fabrics. You don't iron because it can distort your fabrics. You're going to be pressing your fabrics. Then I will be cutting enough to complete the block, and it gives you all your measurements, everything you need in the design. All you need are 4 different types of fabrics for this design. If you want to follow ahead with or follow me along while making these projects, please go to PurrpleHayesCrafts or just PurrpleHayesCrafts. Sorry, I almost said .com. But this is purchased on Etsy. So I'm going to show you the photo again so you can see how the Purple Haze is spelt. And you guys can see that right here at the, right here, Purple Haze. It has 2 R's in purple. Okay. And I am going to also include that down in the description box of this video. So all the information will be down below. I will share this one. Truthfully, guys, I do not know how much I paid for this fabric. This particular fabric I have had since the inception of my YouTube channel. So I've had this for probably, I know it's over 5 years old, because I purchased it for my black and white fabric quilt. That was a whole nother story. These particular fabrics, I know that they have these in stock at least at my Walmart. They have the solids in stock. Maybe you will get lucky and be able to find them online. This is made by Waverly Inspirations. It's made for Walmart. 100% cotton. And this particular pattern is, I will include that down below as well, and it is called the Rose Con LIL in lilac color. These are Anne plaid, and and then, you know, it'll have, if you're lucky to be able to buy the fat quarter packs, you'll have the other colors in there as well, or the other fabric patterns. Okay, so with that all being said, these are what we are going to use on our next project. My little bin here is a little bit too small, but I think once I have everything out of the packaging, I'll be able to fold it and lay it into my little bin here. I do have my embroidery stabilizer on hand. I will link as well the stabilizer that I use. I buy my stabilizer off of Amazon, and this is a medium weight stabilizer, and it does get softer when you wash it. I have some of it already cut. I do not know, I save all my scraps. Of course I won't be using these pieces, but I have some pieces here that I hopefully will be able to fit in the embroidery frame that I will be using. If not, I will be cutting new stabilizer. So I have those here, and I just kind of put a little ponytail holder on it so they stay together. Another little tip, if you do have stretched out ponytail holders, use them in your sewing room. They're already stretched out, so they're perfect to put around fabric to keep it in order. If you have rolls of stabilizer that you need to keep together, you can put it around that. Even you know, other little things, you can find great uses for them. Again, PurrpleHayesCrafts is the design on Etsy. It is currently $5.26, and it is called ITH, which is in the hoop Snail Trail Quilt Block Machine Embroidery. Okay. I am no way sponsored by this designer, but she does state that on her Etsy page, Etsy store, that you can use these designs to make and sell your items, but you cannot sell the patterns. You will have to buy the pattern to get the embroidery files to make this, okay? So please be aware of that. Before I close the video and get this edited and posted, I'm going to share with you the last item I bought, and it is just simply 2 yards of red fabric. This yardage is going to be used for machine embroidery Christmas ornaments that I will be making for my family this year. My husband has a Christmas party every year, and over the last 2 or 3 years, what I have done is I made a Christmas ornament for everybody, and it's kind of now a little tradition. And what it does is it also helps get some of my products out there so people could see what I do, what I make, and if they are interested in purchasing anything, they can contact me. Okay, so I think that's it. I was saying that after this video, it will be a day or 2, maybe as much as 3, to get this video, the quilt video, started and filming. And that is just because I will be literally pressing and ironing all this fabric, starching and pressing all of this fabric. The reason why I do that, I just like the feeling of a starched fabric when I'm working. And so yeah, there's like, I don't know how many yards here altogether that I will be doing that for. This has already been pressed and starched at one time, so I should just have to iron it and mist it a little bit to redo that one. Okay guys, so I hope you stuck through this video. I know it took a little bit of time to get actually into the project portion, but I will put there, I should have had that timestamp up in there for you guys to see that. And we're going to hopefully I'll pop some text up on there to advance to a certain portion, and that way you guys can go and check that out. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I've probably done enough blabbing and getting off topic in this video, so let's go ahead and close it here. Thank you for sticking with the video. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. That way you will know when I post a new video. Hit that subscribe bell because that is going to give you a notification when I post those videos. Let's see what else. Yeah, definitely subscribe. That lets you see these kind of videos that I'll be sharing with you guys, and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Like the video, please like it, please comment. If you guys would like to see a specific type of project, I can, within reason, I can work on that. If you would like to maybe collaborate on a video that we maybe kind of like, you know, if you guys are a YouTuber as well, or another crafter, if you would like to maybe work on something together. I can do my part, then you guys can do your part, and then we could kind of share, that I could notify my subscribers. Now go to your channel and see your portion that you have done. Or if you guys do buy this pattern, let me know. Yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you all think. And I keep getting off track again, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to start writing scripts because maybe that way I will quit yip-yapping so much. All right, guys. We'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.